Hello, hello, hello. All right. So yeah, welcome to my channel today. Today we'll be venturing into part four. For the past days now, we have been on the PSD service, the Productive Software Developer Service. So today we'll be talking about webhooks. So we're looking at webhooks. What are webhooks and what we can use webhooks on? As a developer, what can you use webhooks for? So webhooks are automated messages that are sent between applications. So you can have app one and app two. So when an event occurs in application one will notify application two that an event has happened. So that data that application one sends to application two is called a webhook. It's not to be confused with API. So API is different. So people usually get confused when you're talking about webhook and API. So webhooks are usually delivered via HTTP post request to your URL, which is usually unique, called your endpoints. So for instance, you can see here for app A, we talk about maybe Stripe, Paystack, stablecoin app, whatever, Google, whatever, has an event that occurs and it will send it to as webhook to the app that will listen to it. So let's look at a webhook here. You can see on this flow. So you can see app A, the event occurs here. So it sends it maybe a new payment or call, something, any other event occurs by HTTP post request. It sends it to the endpoint. That's the app B that will receive it. So the data that is sent is called a payload. It's called a payload. So when your application receive the data, the payload, you can now handle it. You can store the data. You can notify, maybe send messages, SMS, WhatsApp, emails, and what have you. You can trigger any other logic. So that is that. So for webhooks, you can see that webhook is different from API, where API is your application requesting for data. Webhook is a server or another application sending data to you automatically. An event triggers the payload and it sends it to you. So you can see the request type, you make a request, but for webhook, the app senses when it is what triggered. So real world use cases, you can have payment events like payment successful, charge success, charge fail, card decline, communication, maybe Twilio, Brevo, instances like that from the server, from the backend, e-commerce like your WooCommerce or Slack or WhatsApp or any event like that. So you can also have your GitHub, even your forms like your contact forms, your Google Sheets, and all those real world cases. All right, so we're going to be using this to demonstrate webhook, how you can get multiple webhook endpoints. For instance, I have an account with Paystack where I need to receive webhook event here. You can see here, I need to receive live webhook and also need to receive test webhook here. But there are instances where I need to receive webhook in multiple cases. Maybe I want to receive webhook when charge success and I want to do something different. I want to receive webhook in another instance and do something different. But here they gave me only one endpoint to add. So I have a limitation there. So how do I get multiple webhook events, webhook endpoints? So I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to be using an app called Hookdeck. So we're going to go there. So for Hookdeck, usually you have two things. You have your source and your destination. So those two things form what we call your connection. So in Hookdeck, you need a connection. And for you to make a connection, you need a source and you need a destination. So without wasting time, let's go there. So we are going to go here, hookdeck.com. So you're going to create an account. For now, I have an account, so I'm not going to create an account. So if you come here, it's just very simple. You create an account. So it's free of charge. You don't need to you adjust that for the free stuff. Here, you just click on start for free. You have some number of webhooks you can receive, maybe like 20. So you can read their documentation and know the amount. But I have an account already, so I'll go straight to my dashboard. So I'm going straight to my dashboard without wasting time. So I have some connections already, so I'm going to create one. So when you go to connections, you have some you have created before. So I'm going to create a new connection. So here it's going to ask you define your event source. So where is my source coming from? So my source should come from an application, maybe from Paystack, from GoDaddy, from Google, wherever. So I simulated a source here. I simulated a source here. So I just simulated a Node Express app here that will just send them simple data using I got inspiration from Paystack. So we'll go to Paystack, just got some of their data here. So we're going to do that. So we have this payload. So this server is running on port 8000. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to close it. So the data is very simple. So events charge the sources, and this is the data that we are sending. We're just sending this data. We also have here transfer the sources. So we have here charge the sources. One charge is successful. Transfer successful. We can push this down. We can do this. Transfer failed. We have this subscription creates. We have this transfer failed. Also, we can open this. Let me open all of them. Yeah, we can open the last one. So the last one should be refund failed. So just simulating data that we can send. So just a simple stuff here that we're doing. So I have an environmental variable here, just my environment, and the webhook here, which I'll be going to get from Hookdeck. So we are simulating to send this data. So I created a simulator here. So just a simple data. So you can do this with JavaScript, you can do this with Python, any one of your choice, any stack you like. So here I'm just simulating that when you have this card, these three cards to simulate success, charge success, transfer success, and transfer failed. We're going to send the data. So that's just what we are doing here. So what we are receiving from the request, we are receiving these four things: the name from the card number, the CVV, and the OTP from the number from the card. So simply that's what we are doing there. So this is actually the code doing that. So we just exported simulate payment, which is the function that does the webhook sending. So our endpoints will be this simulate webhook. So already in the server, it's been added to this route slash API already from here. So that means our endpoint, full endpoint will have an API slash simulate webhook. So we're going to do that here. So we're going to go here, APIs like simulate webhook. So we have those stuff here. So for this, charge the sources, transfer the sources, and transfer the field. Okay. So the server is running. I can check it. I can check 8000. The server is running. So if I put this up, yeah, it's running. So you can see this. Yeah, PSV Webhook simulator server running. So we are okay with that. So we can simulate data and send. So the first thing we need to do is we have to create our source, which is we want to get this. So let's call it HTTP. It's going to be HTTP source. So let's call it Webhook simulator. Webhook simulator. So I'm going to call my destination. So my destination for now, I will also say HTTP. For now, I might not add it. I will just leave it empty. Leave it empty for now. So we'll just go. I'm not going to. So you have options to define your connection. You can transform your data that you're going to receive, filter it, delay it by many things. So maybe in another video, I'm going to explain how to do this. But for now, I'm getting the payload. So I'm going to save this. Yeah, I'm going to give it an empty destination. So the destination should be, let's assume app B. So let's assume app B. So I'm going to save this. Okay, the endpoint for now. Let's okay. For app B, I want to use make to do it. So make is an automation environment where you can do automation support. Usually you can use it to send webhooks, receive webhooks. So I'm going to use it to do it, to receive the webhook. So let me just create a module for Make to receive the webhook. So I'm going to log into my Make account. So if you don't know about Make, Make is a very great automation system that you can use to automate many things, many things. So I also advise you to check it out. And maybe in another video, I will walk through on how to use Make. All right, so Make account is coming. So we're going to create a Make account, a scenario to simulate this webhook. So as that is coming, let's get our data here ready. Yeah, this is ready. So just to get the URL here. Okay, so it's just to create a scenario. So let me just create a scenario immediately. So you create a scenario, and the scenario is going to use a module. So I can call it Webhook Simulator. So it's going to use a webhook. So for webhook, you have three things. You have custom mail webhook, mail hook, custom webhook. So we're going to use this. So I'm going to create one. I don't have one yet, so I'm going to create one here. So I'll say hook, Hookdeck, webhook, simulator, simulator. So I'm going to just do save. So it's going to give me this endpoint. So that is what I'm going to add. So I'll copy from here. Copied is copied. So I'm going to add it to Hookdeck as the destination. That's where they will receive. So I'm going to send it here. So this is good. So I'm going to save. Perfect. So it's going to give me the receiving endpoint, which I'm going to add to the app that will send the event. So I will go to my app and add that. So that will be from my environmental variable here. I will add that. So that is gotten here. I can test this here. Just do this. It should say, okay, suppose we say webhook via post request. So we are going to wait for post requests for that. For the make on and make made it, you can just do it on the browser and accept it. So you're going to do accepted. Okay, so there's no scenario listed for now. So let's wait for this or save that. So this is saved in the app. Let me save here. So this is working. So let me go and make a simulation here. So we're simulating that we are going to send transfer success here. So if we go to the top, so transfer success, these are the data that we are going to send. So let's go and do that. Let's simulate that. So 200. So success sent the data. You can see the data was sent. So if we go here, here we have let's view all events. An event came in. So what was the error there? Okay, so there is no event here, so this should be on. So so that was successful. Let's retry this. And then let's go. So that is successful. Yeah, webhook to API. So that was successful, accepted. So if we go here, we have a data and we've got the data here in our make. And if we check, this is the data. We can open it here, check the output. And this is it, chart.success. And we got all the data. So we sent the webhook data from Hookdeck. The app sent it to Hookdeck, which is acting as our webhook forwarder. So we can send it to Make. We can also add it to my Paystack. So I can also add that endpoint to my Paystack. So if I come here, I can also get this endpoint here. So I can also get this endpoint to add it to my Paystack here, my webhook here. So if I do a test, yeah, I can do that and add it and save changes. So it's going to still work. If I make a payment, the webhook event is still going to be sent to Hookdeck, and Hookdeck can now send it to where my URL is, which is in Paystack. So that is that about webhook management. So what can you use the webhook for? You can use it. You can store it maybe in your database. You can also notify maybe on messages. You can also do some automations and whatever you want to do with it. So that is that about Webhook. So thank you. So please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with other people. Thank you.